What's going on? Hey, you guys. What is going on? Hopefully, y'all can see me, hear me, all things. I can never tell because this thing be lagging sometimes. But welcome back to Messy Mondays, where we discuss everything pop culture, reality TV, hot topics, politics, everything that you everything that you would think that is going on today when it comes to pop culture, reality TV, all the things we discuss it here. Um, like I said, hopefully you guys can see me, hear me. This today's Monday live is especially dedicated to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and like I said in my post earlier today, for the next couple Mondays, I'm going to be dedicating these lives strictly to the housewives. Just because I know a lot of my housewife people, they come here just for housewives, and it makes it difficult when I'm talking about other stuff and people tuning in just for the housewife stuff. So I'm gonna just dedicate my Mondays just to discuss housewives, and then I would have to pick another day to discuss other things that I want to talk about. So I don't know what day I'm gonna do that yet. I'm thinking about Wednesdays, but your boy finna be outside this summer. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I would like to do two lives a week. So I can like do this live while we still got the housewives going on right now. Hold on, I just wait something on my laptop, and I hope it don't mess it up right now. Lord Jesus. Yeah. Okay, we got that straight. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do these continue while we got the Housewives of Atlanta on right now. I think I'm gonna continue to do these live just for the Housewives every Monday, and then like I said, that going forward, I may do a separate live on Wednesdays or Thursdays, um, to just discuss random topics, just going, just like talk about hot topics and pop stuff that's going on in pop culture and things like that, and politics and different things of that nature. Um, so yeah, but we on episode 10 right now of the Housewives, and we're probably gonna get at least 7 more episodes, and then we got a 3-part reunion. We still got a cash trip coming up. The girls are going to Scotland, so I'm expecting them to like probably be going on the Scotland trip probably in the next 2-3 episodes, and then we'll probably end the season. I don't know if they'll end the season on the trip because they usually don't end the season on the trips, but we'll see. It just depends. I don't know. We'll see how they gonna end it. But they are already going to be. They finna get ready to start filming the reunion. I think next week. So that means that the season is gonna be wrapping up like very soon. Yeah. So yeah. But this episode 10, um, it was like it did have the most drama and things going on, but it still had a lot of like stuff going on as far as like a continuation of like what was going on last last episode, and like of the girls talking about stuff that was going on that episode, and the back and forth between Shamia and Angela and things like that. We didn't get a lot of Angela in this episode besides that one that one scene where she was in at Cynthia's house. Um and she didn't come to Drew's event because she had somewhere. I think she said she had someone else to be. Yeah, and of course she didn't. And of course she didn't come to Angela. I mean to Shamia's party because she was invited for obvious reasons because they had just got into it last week. And we didn't get a lot of Kelly in the episode neither because I don't know. The only Kelly we got was um the only Kelly we got was at the party and at Drew singing at the Rich Homie Quan event. But it's like this episode was mainly surrounded around Drew, Pinky, Kay, yeah, and Shamia. So that's what it was mainly focused around. So yeah, but um, so we started out this episode. Hold on, let me see. Trying to silence my notifications and stuff. No, let me get to my notes first. Okay, here we go. So we started out this episode on the opening scene. Peking is having a meeting with her team for a TV. A TV. Is it a movie or a series? Shamia says a movie, but clearly it's not a movie. It's a series because because Shamia noted it as a series, but then Peking noted it as a no, take that back. Shamia noted it as a movie, but Pinky said it was a series. So Pinky is producing a TV series about her life, and she has Natari not in playing her in the series. So Pinky is bringing a lot to the show as far as story and stuff like that. So Pinky, Pinky, I can definitely see Pinky coming back in future seasons. Because I wasn't sure about Pinky when she first came on the show, but I mean, Pinky bringing a lot to the show. Like I said, like she said, she was a former producer, a TV producer on the Maury show. She did also some producing on what the other show she said she did some producing on. I forgot. I forgot just that quick. But yeah, she did some. Iana Fits My Life. Yeah, she did some producing on that show as well. So TV. So she said she did some producing on both of those shows before she became an entrepreneur, and she has background in it. So she wants to do this as part of her bringing this her story to TV. And she has, like I said, she has Tori playing her, and she wants to bring this to the TV screen. Now she sent the information to Shamia and Drew because she wanted them both to audition. So Shamia came and Drew. It was a mishap with Drew, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But she said that she has the budget for the pilot, and the pilot is like she has the budget of like well, she said the budget was originally $40,000, but they but they kind of went over that budget of like $80,000. But she's explaining that because of her bankruptcy and all that, her producing this and her putting money towards this, it doesn't affect her bankruptcy that she has filed on her business because that's personal. She's basically is letting it be known that any anything that she does outside of her bankruptcy now, um, it doesn't affect it doesn't affect her bankruptcy filing because the bankruptcy is personal. So good for her. Because I was like, any money that you spending, I know like viewers are gonna be side eyeing her because it's like, girl, you spending more money and you don't file bankruptcy, but she does be knowing that any money that she's spending, it doesn't have anything to do with her bankruptcy, because that's personal. So any other business that she does, it doesn't affect the current bankruptcy that she has on file already because that's personal. So he got it. She got it under control. She got it under control. So I mean, we don't doubt that. Next thing we have is the scene at Cynthia's house where the ladies meet up and they're just winding down or whatever. And Drew and Angela arrive first. Portia arrives next, and I think Phaedra arrives last. Um, of course they meet Cynthia's boyfriend. Um, his name is Lord, what's the man name? Is it not Abraham? Lord Jesus, the man name is not Abraham. What's the man name? What's the man name? Lord, now I'm gonna have to look it up. What is the man name? Because they noted it on the screen. They noted the man name and everything. They noted his age and how old he was. Um, Le Prince. He's an Amsterdam based musician and DJ. Yes, they have been dated for 2 years, and they maintain a long distance relationship. Yes, okay. So yeah, Cynthia's boyfriend is from Amsterdam, and his name is La Prince. Hey, Cynthia, Cynthia, Cynthia got her a little fine little tenderoni, a little younger thing, and I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Um, so the ladies arrive and they all meet him and they all greet him and they greet and and he greets them and everything and Portia was like she never seen Cynthia so happy and so smiling and everything and you know um it was just funny that how Portia was commentating how she was commentating in her confessionals. Um, but since it was like, oh no, the ladies asked him was he in love, and he was like, yeah. He was like, hell yeah, I'm in love, and then they kissed each other, and it was all like, oh, that's so sweet. And Cynthia was like, I mean, I'm not surprised that well, she was like, I'm not surprised that he says that he's in love, but I'm just surprised that he said it in front of the ladies. But hey, Cynthia, good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Cynthia Miss Cheekbones, baby. You got you a little fine, little young thing. Good for you, Cynthia. And then I see people on Twitter hating on Cynthia, talking about Cynthia just date anything. Like the man's not bad looking. The man is not bad looking. Like he's 39 years old and he's not like a bad looking man. Hello, Miss Cynthia. That's Miss Cynthia Bailey. Put some respect on her name. Like Miss Cynthia can date anybody she wants, but she chose him. Okay, let's be very clear here, people. So all them people that I was seeing on Twitter talking about that Cynthia just date anything. No, Cynthia chose him. So let's be clear here that Miss Cynthia Bailey is the prize. Thank you. Y'all better stop playing with Miss Bailey because Cynthia is the prize. I don't care how many. First of all, she only been married 2 times. Hello. Yeah, 2 times. She only been married twice. And she's dated people, but she only been married twice. Peter and Mr. Mike Hill. So, but let my girl date and date freely. But after after he spoke to them and he left, and Cynthia was like, you know, one thing about him, he knows how to read the room and he knows when to because he knows how to read the room and leave because it never works out when the man is in women business. Peter, because if you know, you know, Peter stayed in the women's business. Stayed in the women's business. So yeah, I'm glad the prince he greeted the women, did what he needed to do, and then he left. Because that's what you do. You greet the women and you leave. And you let the women have their time. But Peter was never like that. Peter stayed in the background and stayed out in the business. Out in the business. So the prince, I like you. I like you. I like them together. I don't know. I just like them together. I don't know. He just seemed like a chill dude. He seemed like a real chill dude, and he is. You better know. You better know that he is tearing Cynthia through that mattress. You better know it. Cynthia got her a young man. He's 39, and Cynthia is like in her 50s. Like she is like 56. Hey, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. Oh, back to my notes. I'm getting sidetracked. So the women sit down on the couch. Cynthia been in this house for a while. Though. I love Cynthia's house. Like Lake Bailey is Lake Bailey is everything anymore. The women sit down and they start recapping Portia and Kay's lunch. Portia was telling them about how Pinky and Cynthia brought them together, and they decided that anytime they have an issue, they'll talk to each other about it and not talk to other people about it. We'll see how long that lasts. Cause Kay, I just don't know about you. Mm-mm. Don't know about you, Kay. Angela spills the tea on Shamia. Angela spills the tea on Shamia and basically tells them about the lunch that her and Shamia had, and basically said that she felt like that Shamia was the one that was causing the divide between Portia and Portia and Kay. So they came together and was trying to talk, but then she said that Shamia came in hot and it just went straight to hell. And she said that Shamia came in hot and just went straight into attack mode. And then she said that she just went back straight to her. And it just went from there. And she said that she and Angela just started spilling the tea about how allegedly Shamia is involved with these players that these teams that she be hosting with and all this and that, and how she be outside doing the outside activities and all this and that, and in the confessionals, the producers are asking Angela, do she believe this is true? She was like, yes. She was like, this girl is married, so I ain't trying to do all this and this. She was like, do you have receipts? She was like, no, I don't have receipts, but she do believe whoever told her this. And this point, Angela, yes, Angela is messy, but we need somebody to be messy on this show. Angela is the charade of this show at this point. We need somebody to be messy. So, excuse me, somebody have to play this role. And I feel like the role that Angela played last year, somebody is going to, people are going to be bringing Angela information on these ladies because that's kind of the role that she kind of played last year. So now people gonna be bringing her information, and then, but at this point, all of these ladies get information on each other. It ain't nothing far fetched. Nothing far fetched. So Angela ain't the only one that be receiving information. She just gonna hide it in her pocket until she need to use it. All of them get information. It ain't nothing. Angela just to be the one that use it whenever she need to use it. So in the midst of them at Cynthia's house, Cynthia receives the invite to Gerald's party, and Phaedra is on the text too. So Shamia is having Gerald a surprise birthday party, but she invites Cynthia and Phaedra, but of course she didn't invite Portia, Drew, and Angela. But she invited Kelly, Kay, and Pinky, but Pinky was booked and busy. And who else was? I don't know, but we'll get there. And I think that was it in that scene. And then next thing we have K Michelle on the phone with her son. It's amazing to see how her son has grew up. Um, her son is like in the corporate world and working and things like that. Um, I'm not gonna say that I don't think that K Michelle is involved with her son as much, but it just seemed like that she really don't. It's not. It's really not. It really just don't seem like that. She and I don't know. Like maybe we just don't know that we just don't see we don't see her with him a lot. Like when it comes to social media, but we can't say that because we only see a portion of these people's lives on social media and on TV and things like that. I know when she was on Love and Hip Hop, we didn't really see much of him on there, and I think that was a personal choice of hers. I think we did see more of him when she had her own show, when she had her own personal show. I think we did see her. I mean, see him on there because I did watch her personal show when she did have her own show on VH1. But her son, I mean, he's doing really good. He has a corporate job. He gets graduated from college. So kudos to her son for doing well, and they seem like they have a good relationship. So kudos to her for raising him and making sure that he has had a good life, and he is a success and has got and is living a good life. So nothing bad to say there about that. You know, I was glad to see that. Next, we get to Jared's birthday party. I wrote down in this. I wrote down in this that this is the only time that we will see Gerald filming, and he barely said two words throughout this whole party. He barely said anything. Cause y'all know Gerald don't like being on camera. He barely want to do the show. I'm I'm surprised that he even let the cameras in the house for this party, but it happened. But yeah, so Kay, Cynthia, Kelly arrived at the party in Phaedra. The party was nice. Um, it was good to see Shamia. Well, I mean, it was good to see his side of the family there. Even though, like I said, we really don't, we really not gonna see much of his family. Even though we did get to see his brother speak, and his brother did give a nice speech about his family. I do believe that Shamia and her husband are good people and have a good family. Um, I just believe that Shamia is a mean girl when it comes to being around these women. Um, and that's all that is. Like, and then I just feel like that if they really dig into her personal life and dig into her marriage, it won't be good for her marriage. That's all, and I keep saying that. But when it comes to her family life, I mean, they seem like a good family on paper. Like they seem like a good, wholesome. Well, I want to say wholesome because ain't nobody wholesome these days. I'm I'm just saying, ain't nobody wholesome these days. And Shamia, it been rumors out there about her about kissing Candy in the club and doing this and doing that. And that was back in season 9. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know, but Shamia has a good. She has a good family. She has a good family life. Like I said, like the family thing, and then all the family was there and the party, the everything. I love to see a party put together and decorated and all this stuff. Because one thing about me, I love, even though it takes a lot to do that stuff, but I love to see a party. Um, I love event planning and what it takes to plan a party and do all this stuff. So when it comes to like entertainment, and I mean, entertaining and doing all this stuff, I love party planning and doing all that. I would always say that I would be a party planner one day in my life, but it just be too much. It just be too much. I'll be a party planner that would just like be the one that would be making calls, hiring people to do stuff, and making sure that this is done, this is done, this is done. But I just want to sit back and just let everybody else do the work. I don't want to do no work. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to sit back and like make sure everything done, make sure this done, this done. I don't do no work. I just want to orchestrate everything. I'll be a good event planner like that, but I don't want to do no work. I'll do the work, but I just want to make sure that everything done, make sure everybody else doing the work. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do no work. Because planning the party, it just be too much. It's too much. I'm planning some parties in my day, and it just be too much work. But I just love seeing everything come together. I guess you could say. But the party get it going. Like I said, his brother said the speech was very nice. Um, she had she had him. She had his boys take him out to distract him, and they did like a little family photo shoot. Beautiful family though. Shamia has a beautiful family. That's one thing I won't take away from her. And they was dressed very nice. I love the African attire, everything like that. Um, then they sit down in a little group setting, and then Kelly gives a speech drunk, and it was very awkward. Kelly's speech, like I'm like Kelly, where did this speech come from? Like Kelly, you Kelly was very intoxicated, and it was very long winded. Her speech, she was like, "I just admire you." And Shamia, you are a couple goals, and I just watch you. You are strong. You are this. You are that. And Kay Michelle in her confessional, she was just like, I don't know what they doing here in in Atlanta, but you can't tell me these people is not hunching on each other in Atlanta. I'm like, what? She was like, it seemed like they like Kelly done got a little too close to Shamia and her husband. I'm like, what? Like, y'all think that Kelly done got Kelly is the is the sister wife and with Shamia and Gerald? That's what K Michelle said. That she was that's what she was alluding to in her confessional. That's what she was alluding to. I was like, wait a minute. Just like I admire you guys so much. It's like you are strong. You was, you know, you was, you are what I admire to be, and like and that. I was like, Kay said that Kelly is a part of them, and Kay Michelle said that she wants to sleep with Kelly and Shamia and Jared and her husband. I was like, wait a minute, this is weird. Kay, you are weird. Kay Michelle, you are weird. That is a Kay Michelle, that is weird to say. All of y'all and your husband? No, no, nobody want to think about that. Mm-mm. Don't nobody want to think about that. No, ma'am. We could have did without. We could have did without that. We could have did without that. But it's all right though. But I was like, hey Michelle, we could have did without that because don't nobody want to think about. Don't nobody want to think about that. So no, ma'am. We're good on that. We're good on the side of that. We're good on all of that. So we could do without that. I just keep closing my notes down. Sorry, y'all. Um. So they recapping what Shamia and Angela Burns and Shamia. Um. They is basically being portrayed in two different views because Cynthia and Phaedra is basically saying how Angela brought it back to them, saying that Shamia came in high and was saying this and that, and then that's what Angela basically responded to what she was saying, and then Angela basically saying that I mean, and then Shamia is basically saying that Angela came after her marriage and she told her to kiss her ass and all this and that. But Shamia is just nasty and just continue to be a mean girl and just come after calling her Bigfoot, all this and that, and Cynthia was not feeling it because Cynthia was like, "Hold on now," because as part of the Bigfoot community, um, that's not cool. She was like, "Can we stop with the Bigfoot of it all? Because like that's not cool." And Shamil was like, no, no, I'm gonna continue to say, I'm like Shamil, girl, you gotta stop this. Stop this. You gotta stop this. I should like you gotta stop this. You gotta stop this. Mm-mm. You gotta stop this. But Shamil, but not Shamil. Auntie Cynthia was ready to tear her in, tear her one, but she was like, "We in your house. We in your house. So that mean that I'm gonna let you have that." That was an auntie like that was auntie let you know like I'm gonna let you have that this time, but I got you. And I see next week that Shamia gonna come over to Lake Bailey and they gonna talk. That Cynthia and Shamia is gonna talk next week. So auntie like I, I got you. Yeah, because Shamia is a mean girl. I'm sorry, y'all. Shamia is a mean girl, and like at some point you gotta be able to talk with somebody without being able to like coming in without being able to without that mean energy every time. You know what I'm saying? Or like or somebody you gotta come in and be able to talk to somebody without somebody feeding you some type of information, and that's the only reason why you mad at somebody else. And that's why Drew caught you again because you still can't see can't you still can't correct K because you still biased to the fact that K still got an issue with Drew for no reason. It's just tired at this point. Both you and K Michelle are tired, and both of you are bringing down the show for no reason. Cause y'all are just draining the show for no reason. Like why? I just don't get it. Well, we're gonna get to that in that last scene. Um, we got Portia meeting up with Giselle. Now I love this scene. Now I can say a lot about Nick, as Candace calls her, but I gotta I want to say love hate because I don't hate nobody on these shows. I don't know nobody on these shows, but um I like I Giselle came and met with um Portia and had lunch, brunch, dinner. You can never tell what time these girls are meeting because in Atlanta it can be lunch, brunch, dinner. It could be whatever time of day, and you'll be meeting up. You'll be meeting up for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. But it was probably lunch. And fun fact, the place that Portia and Portia and Giselle ate at, we I just ate there um recently. It was Midtime Social. If Bree get in the comments, she'll know what I'm talking about. Midtime Social. We just ate there last month, well, in April. And I was like, wait a minute, that place looks familiar. And I was like, yeah, we just ate there. But I was so surprised that they went and ate there because like it was nobody there. So they had to like go there like either early in the morning or like right around like lunchtime. Cause it was nobody in there. But I think when we went, it was like maybe like 6 o'clock and it was like pretty packed. So when they went, it was probably like early in the morning or like around lunchtime. But Giselle, Portia meets with Giselle, and they are, just catching up about everything. Giselle said the last time that she saw Portia, Portia was finalizing her divorce, and then she goes on to talk about Shamia. One thing about Missy Giselle is gonna get right into the mess, right into the mess. Um, and Giselle was like that. She had been talking to Portia about her relationship with Shamia, and she had been rooting that they can get back into a good place or whatever. But Portia was like that she really don't feel the need to be nasty to Shamia and don't feel the need to not invite her to stuff, but feels that she could be cordial with her at this point, but she feels though that if Shamia don't bring any drama to her, she really don't feel the need to not be mean to her, and she just feel like it's hanging by at this point. She feel like she could still invite her to stuff since they are in the same social group. She feels like that they can still coexist in the same circles and stuff like that, but it don't have to be no mean energy toward each other, but hanging by. And honestly, Portia Portia saying that shows a lot of growth. Even though I feel like that is bound to erupt, which we know it is at the end of this season. If you have seen the mid season trailer, but I understood what Portia was saying because at some point you have those people that you just don't have to have any ill will towards, but you can coexist, but it can be hanging by. Yeah, and I felt Portia on that because we all have had people like that that have we have had a fractured relationship with or a fractured situationship with or something like that. But you can still coexist with them or be around them, but you don't have to be nasty or mean toward them. But you don't have to fuck. You don't have to fuck with them either. It can be hanging by, and that's it. Yeah. It's like we gotta stop. I say this all the time. We have to stop pushing people to feel the need to have some type of relationship with somebody just because they have a past. Sometimes friends or whatever it was, just outgrow people, and that's okay. You sometimes you just outgrow people, and you just outgrow a person, and just leave it at that. But just because you outgrow a person, don't mean you gotta be next to them unless they bring something to you that that allows that. But if not, then hey and bye. I don't have to fuck with you. Hey and bye, and that's it. Hey and bye. Hey and bye. That's it. You stay over there, I stay over here. Mm-hmm. Hey and bye. So, but we all know that it's something gonna come up later in the season, and it's gonna spark the conversation, and they're gonna have to address something, and that's what is gonna come up, and we're gonna have an argument between them at the end of the season. So yeah, just keep watching because it's coming. Next we have Pinky's auditions, casting calls. So like I said, Pinky is having this. She's doing this series about her life, and she's looking for actors and actresses to play in this series. And like I said, she got Natara not in this playing her, and she sent the information to Shamia and Drew. So Shamia obviously is there to audition. Drew is not auditioning. Drew said that Pinky did hit her up about the opportunity, and Drew said that she sent her the information, but the information was not sent to her team correctly. I don't know what that means, but I guess Drew expected to get a script and whatever she said, the size or whatever, and she had to be booked or whatever. I guess Drew has a different protocol or whatever when it comes to booking auditions and things like that. Um, so I don't know. I guess Drew didn't receive the information like she was supposed to receive it, but Drew still came to support, but she just wasn't going to audition. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Drew was like, she if the information was not received, she wasn't going to audition, and I mean that was it. And Pickett, and I mean it kind of felt like that. Well, when Drew got there, she saw Shamia. They hugged and they talked, and they had a positive interaction. And she was like, "So your audition?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I'm not auditioning because it wasn't sent to me, correctly." So when Drew walked in the room, she was like, if she wasn't auditioning because it wasn't sent to her, you know, correctly. And Pinky automatically was like, "So you think you're bigger than the program?" Drew was like, "No, I don't pass on no opportunities, but it wasn't. But information was not sent to me. Everything has to be done decent and in order, and it just was not done so. So I don't know. Something was not done or was not correlated to Drew's team to where it could be done in decency and in order, and that's what Drew said. So no, Drew did come to support, but Pinky said that she had to go if she wasn't going to audition, and that's what it was. But Shamia in the audition, they said it went well. Both Notoria and Pika said she did good. So I don't know, but I don't know. I just feel like people. I don't know. Drew has been acting for a long time. I just need these girls to start acting like Drew is not a girl that has been working for a long time. Like Drew may not be a list actress, but Drew has been acting for a long time. Like Drew, well, I think last week she said she has been acting since she was eight. She was 8 years old. So Drew has been acting for a long time. Like the girl has been working for a long time. So she has the credentials. Like she has the credentials. Like that's just like somebody. Like that's just like somebody with a master's degree with 10 years of work experience in their work field. They're applying for a job that they're overqualified for, and you asking them to set the minimum pay. No, ma'am. No, 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 no. Well, you have to know your word. I think that's what the lesson is here. You have to know your word. You have to know your word. And if you don't know your word, like what are we doing? I think that's the lesson in all of this. You have to know your word. And you can't just accept anything. Like I said, like never pass up any opportunity, but also know your word. Especially in these days and time, because like anything like people would try to shortchange you when they would try to discredit you like based off just anything, especially if they think you don't know what you're doing, or if they think you don't know what you're talking about. But you have to go in with a attitude of like, no, I'm going to lead in with this. I expect this, and this is how it's going to be done. You know, but never think you're above anything. But just it has to be it has to be solid from the get go, and then lead in with all that. That's it. That's it. Um, Next we go to Phaedra's. Oh no, Kay go no. Phaedra goes to Kay's house. Um, K Michelle said she tried everything in her life not to like Phaedra. Of course you did, because you just one of them girls. But she said that she gonna try something with her that she think that Phaedra might not like, and they gonna go fish in the backyard. So Phaedra is asking her about her being a newlywed and how married life is and things like that. Kay said that she that she's that she wants to have another child. Her husband doesn't have any kids, but she does want to have a kid with him. She said that she did do IVF in the past. She did do IVF in the past, but it just wasn't successful. So she said they might try another route and go with a donor, and hopefully go another route. Um, so I guess she's talking about doing like surrogacy or something like that. I guess so. Phaedra asked Kay why Portia wasn't invited to Shamia's to Jared's party. Phaedra asked, and no, I'm gonna back up. She says that Kay was like, why she wasn't invited, and Phaedra asked Kay, is she coming to Drew's? Is she coming to to the um to the event, the Rich and Spirit event in honor of Rich Homie, where Drew would be singing the national anthem. Drew was like, no. I mean, Kay was like, no, she's not coming. I was like, okay, here we go. It's like, Kay, you going out of your way to dislike Drew at this point for no reason. Cause like the black thing, we on episode 10. I know you not still. I know you still not. The girls say that's done with. That's done. That's so done with. At this point, we on episode 10. We have it through the season. So what is your issue with Drew? You still not saying it. It is so freaking tired. What is your issue with Drew? Because you are not making any sense. You are just going out of your way just to not like Drew. I just don't know. It just not making no sense to me. And it seems like at this point, that's the only person you on the. It seems like at this point, that's the only person on the cast you're going out of your way not to like, and it's clear as day. Yeah, yeah. But now I see on the interview that you just did, somebody asked you somewhere about the recent interview that Drew did on the Angela Yee show, and somebody asked you about the comments that 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 they know about the conversation that Angela Yee and Drew had, and you said if Angela Yee and something about you knew they or she knew that you could have her job or something like that. Okay, whatever. And then you said that you wishes you well. Oh, now you want to wish you well after you go back and you watching the season and you watching the and you seeing the comments, and now you saying that you disliking Drew is not going to work out for you because this beef with Drew is giving force, is giving fake, is giving phony, and you know that by the time we get to reunion, it's not going to work out for you. So now you're going to wish Drew well. Okay, okay, I see how you doing. Okay, okay, you might as well just wrap this whole facade up because it's really giving fake and phony because you really ain't got nothing to stand on when it comes to not liking Drew because it's really just tired. It really tired. It really tired. But you say you're not coming, but you end up coming anyway. So we get to the next scene. Drew is singing the national anthem at the Rich as in Spirit event in honor of Rich Homie Coin. And can I just say, rest in peace to that boy, Rich Homie Coin. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Rich Homie Coin was a staple in Atlanta, and he was a staple in 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 my a lot of my friends growing up area, especially like our high school days. Like when he was hot, coming up in like high school. Oh my god, his music was hot back then, and we was on him heavy, and still is to this day. Like I still can't believe he gone, and I don't think I never got to see him in concert. I don't think, but or did I? I don't know. But like I don't know, man. That was Rich Homie was that he was that man. Like he was everything. I loved his music, everything. It was just we lost a real one for sure when we lost him, and I just like it was good to see his family there and everything. And Drew signed it. Drew signed it good. She did amazing. When she sang the national anthem, she sang amazing. Yeah, the girls that were there, Shamir was there, Pink was there, Portia was there, Kelly was there. Kay got that late on purpose. Of course, she sat in the car, um, and called Phaedra. Like, who sits in the car? and call somebody else to make sure they're there before you get out the car. That's so fake, K Michelle. That's so fake of you. And then you must know that Shamia, Kelly, and Pink was there because why you couldn't get out knowing that they was there? Like that's so fake. That's so fake. That is so fake. But then when you finally get out and you see everybody, you get there after Drew had done song, and then you hug Drew, and then you tell, and then you run into, you hug his mama, you hug his his children's mother, and then you hug Drew, and then you tell Drew, well, I came for the family, not not for you, Drew. Just nasty for no reason. Like just nasty for no reason. Just nasty for no reason. Like man, like Kay, I just don't know how you gonna do it on this show. Like I just don't know how you gonna do it on this show because one thing on this show, one thing about Housewives that you have to do on this show, you have to be able to move forward. You have to be able to move forward at some point. You have to be. It's all about conflict resolution. So you have to be able to move forward, and you dragging the issue with you like for what? And this girl has really nothing done that to you. Like, and I ain't, and and I ain't saying that Drew always innocent, and Drew may say stuff and do stuff behind the scenes, but Drew has done nothing to you. Like, Drew ain't doing this. Drew ain't done nothing to you. If something just come out later in the season in the reunion, I come back and say it. But Drew ain't done nothing to you, like nothing. That was just nasty for no reason. So then after they left that event, they go to a restaurant, and then that was just Drew, Shamia, and Kay. So then Shamia and Kay was already there, and then Drew got there. So then they started talking. So then Kay said, no, Drew said, well, thank you for coming, Kay. But I initially thought you weren't coming. Then Kay said that she doesn't like going places that she doesn't belong because Drew said that she doesn't belong in this group. Well, Drew said that you always have said that you that how did you say it? Drew said that you said something about you have an issue with me or something like that, but you need to start speaking up when you do have an issue with me or something like that. But Drew said you need to start speaking up for yourself, basically. Because I always said that you have an issue with me, but it's never brought to me, and then I don't know what it is. Drew basically cleared both of them because she was basically like calling out the facts, but then like Kay got up and walked away. Let me. Kay got up and walked away within the first. I think the first 2-3 minutes, and she said, Drew said something about because you're not really putting together your sentences together when it comes to punctuations and sentences and things like that. That was funny to me. And Kay was like, I was Miss Florida A&M. Like, I don't have to be told this. I was like, okay, girl. Okay. So Kay walked away. One thing you don't do, and after watching Housewives all these years, one thing you don't do, you do not get up from a scene and walk away. The only reason I say that is because if you get up and walk away from a scene or if you get up and walk away, that makes you look like the lesser that makes you look like the weakest link of the two. Because you got to be able to sit down and have the conversation. So you got to be able to sit down and have the conversation. So you can walk away. You look like the weakest link of the two. See, Drew stood there and sat down and had the conversation and was able to call and was able to sit down. But Kay, you got up and walked away, and that's one thing that you do not do as a housewife. And Shamir, you just sitting there looking like a excuse me, y'all. And one more thing, Drew told Shamir, you need to be able to hold your friend accountable because she still is not calling out what the issue which that she has with me. She still is holding on to something that she still is not saying. You need to be able to hold her accountable for having an issue with me that is non-existent, and you are still being somebody's lapdog for no reason. Boom, Jamil, you still be somebody's lapdog. Hey K, how you gonna leave without your purse? How you gonna leave, get up from a scene, and don't leave your purse? Like that. That's just. It was just so. It was just. It was just. They both got up, and Shamia and Kay both got up and was looking crazy in that scene. And really, Drew was just sitting there looking unbothered. It was like I'm finna continue to finish my lemon drop. Like this is just a mess. I just don't know like where we going with this Drew and Kay because it's just really not going anywhere. I just don't know how we're gonna end up. It's just all over. It's just Kay is all over the place. Kay and Shamia are exhausting. I don't know how this is gonna end. Um, I I don't want to say Kay don't. You know what? Kelly did not. Kelly did not aggravate me as much this episode. She did not aggravate me as much this episode. So Kelly, you may can come back next season as a friend. You don't need to come back full time. But we'll see. We see. We still got my 7 more episodes to go, and then the reunion. So we'll see how the rest of the season go. I'm gonna just say my thoughts on who should come back and who should not come back because I'm gonna just wait until the end of the season because I just don't know. I just don't know how the rest of the season gonna go yet. But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure how the rest of the season gonna go. But I just don't want to say yet about who should come back and who should not come back. I just want to wait until the reunion. But Kay and Shamia, y'all really need to y'all. I hope y'all really change y'all thought process or something in the rest of the season because the way y'all headed right now is not working in y'all favor. Cause y'all really just like madness and sadness. Like y'all really giving like um Kiana and Angela from Potomac. Y'all really giving them. Y'all always mad about something. Y'all always coming into a scene, always bothered by somebody. Y'all always just mad about something. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But next week, what we got next week? Next week we got um Pinky and her husband Derek is hosting a skate party. Shamia and Cynthia is having a meet up at her house, and Dennis and Portia having an argument. I don't know what for, but Dennis look like a homeless guy with that beard. Dennis, what you going through? Dennis, you look homeless. Dennis, I don't like that for you. Dennis, you look homeless. Dennis, what you going through? You look rough. Dennis, you look rough. You look Dennis, you look rough. For this episode, I give it a good 7. You know, a lot of stuff did happen. The probably the best. Look at my notes. Probably the probably the best, the best, the best thing that probably happened. Probably the best entertainment was probably the scene at Cynthia's house. That was good to watch. And Jared's birthday party was okay. Um, Pinky's casting call kind of did give kind of old school Housewife a little bit. But it could have gave a little more because you know how like kind of like when Shamia, not with Shamia, but like it kind of gave me like back in the day when like Kenya or like Cynthia used to have like those auditions and stuff like that, and people and like somebody used to like kick somebody out, like they used to kick each other out, but you know it wasn't that dramatic or stuff like that. Um, but that Drew and Shamia and but that Drew, Shamia, and K Michelle dinner, that was good to watch because Drew was just calling out all the BS between Shamia and K Michelle, and that was very much needed. Because like, what is the problem here? Because there is no problem. Yeah, but yeah, that's 7. Yeah, it wasn't much, but rest of the season, I'm just ready for the rest of the season. We can really just get to the reunion at this point. We really can get to this Scotland trip because I heard on this Scotland trip it's gonna be a fight between Shamia and Portia, and that's what we really waiting on. But yeah, that's it. But be sure to run this video up, like, give me the likes, comments, follows, all that. Also be sure to rewatch it on YouTube as well and subscribe on there as well. And that's it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I gotta end it.